Greetings from the Whole Elephant Institute. Today is January the 12th, 2021. We're here out to do the community outreach at the School District 25, New York. On my way to the site, a dear friend of mine called and said, I actually need you to help me to explain the truth of the vaccine right now. It's currently ongoing. And I remember I explained to her several times before and also sent her articles. But I believe that I still need to do some better work. Anyway, today I did make another summary for her. I said, number one, tell all your friends that this vaccine is called mRNA vaccine. It is being labeled as vaccine, but as a matter of fact, in the entire human history, there never has been such a vaccine before, because traditional vaccine takes several years, going through very careful clinical trial and in the format of inactivated virus injected into people to develop immunity. However, the current mRNA vaccine is totally different from the traditional one because people want to have a quick one. A quick one can only happen when the scientists try to outsmart nature. How to outsmart nature? It's to inject the messenger RNA into the people's body and let people's cell take it and make the protein, and the messenger RNA has the information of the virus. Basically, is to deceive the human body to bypass all safety check of the human body, to sneak the virus messenger RNA into the human body all the way into inside of the human cells. Man use very brilliant mind, learned the law of nature, learned the law that is governing the operation of the human body in a very superficial way, and then already consider they know it all and want to play with it, want to manipulate it, and eventually leading to the technology called a messenger RNA vaccine. Okay, it is not a vaccine at all. It is the product of the fancy thoughts of scientists, the blind man, modern scientists, who actually do not know the true big picture of how human body operates, but only know the tiny, teeny little bit of the law that they learn. Just like the blind man touching the toenail of the elephant and consider that's the whole elephant. And based upon that kind of assumption that is totally, biased and limited, and want already to play with the human body, and want to control the human body, want to manipulate the human body, and also claim to the general public that they can do so, and they claim to the general public that there is no safety issue that needs to be concerned, and even claim to the general public that it's going to protect them. Those conclusions actually already are total lies. You can make assumption, but without evidence to back it, and without the safety behind it, you claim to be safe. Isn't that very dangerous? That's only on the surface part that anybody can understand. When you try to speed things up, and when you try to fool around with things that you don't quite understand, and you are actually making a very fatal mistake. Okay. On the more deeper level, in terms of principles, you see, human body is not a molecular machine. As a matter of fact, DNA is not just a double chain of nucleic acid that has the information for encoding proteins. As a matter of fact, the entire human genome, only 2% of that information encodes protein. The rest of 98% of the information, scientists do not know how to read, how to interpret, and consider that to be junk. However, even back in 2004, there are great scientists, mainstream frontier scientists, already starting to understand that the DNA actually is a super computer that nobody can mess around with it. Okay, so now the messenger RNA vaccine is being injected into the human body, and it violates multiple levels of principles of human body. It definitely is the biggest fraud that violates the human body constitution. I just have to use the language that everybody now understand when everybody looking at the current big fraud that has been going on in America during the general election. So it is really very simple principle everyone can see and relate to when a nation has a fraud during the general election, and what is the consequence of that. And when the human body's constitution is violated, what is the consequence of that? I think I made it very clear. I explained to my friend also with a very simple analogy of a story that children even can understand. A lot of Chinese people all know about this story about a child who says, "Wolf is here, come to save my life." And the villagers all come out to try to save his life. And then he looked at all the villagers surrounding him, said, it was just a joke. Villagers returned to their home. Second time, this child again yelled, wolf is here, eating me up, quickly save my life." Screaming very louder than first time. Villagers still came out and checked on him. Of course, the second time, not all villagers came out, less. And they noticed that it was another joke. The child was laughing and so happy and glad that he actually fooled everybody and had a good laugh over it. The third time, the child yelled, screamed terribly, and said, "Wolf is eating me up." Nobody came out. Wolf really ate him up. Now, this mRNA vaccine is doing exactly to our human immune system. The first time injecting it, just like the child yelling, "Wolf is here!" But the body noticed that they were deceived completely. Second time injection, immune system will respond even worse. And when the real virus comes, guess what's going to happen? Yes, that is the good analogy for everyone to remember. Okay, alrighty. That's a message from the Whole Elephant Institute, and at the site of the Whole Elephant Institute sponsored Whole Elephant Chinese Charter School. Yes, our Chinese charter school will be teaching the most frontier life science discoveries most frontier, modern physics, quantum physics. Children can understand those concepts, no problem. It's not so esoteric. But we're not going to be just stopped right there. As a matter of fact, the highest science in the human world is from the ancient China. Everybody know the Book of Changes, I Ching, yes. Everybody know the three schools of cultivation called Buddhism, Taoism, and as a matter of fact, Confucianism. In every regard also contains the lower level wisdom of Tao school cultivation way. So we're going to be introducing the science that currently people consider them to be in other fields such as spirituality, religion, faith, miracle, divine words, and all that. As a matter of fact, the 5,000 years of traditional Chinese culture contains the most important nutrients modern people must learn. Yes, through this school, we'll be teaching the wisdom of life. So, come to our Whole Elephant Institute website, www.thewholeelephant.info. And if you have more questions, contact us at 347-822-5637. We will be there to help you.